and online. You may think money problems are just impossible to fix. Get sound advice with Dave Ramsey 1 to 4 weekdays, followed by certified financial planner Jason Qualls at 4. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, they serve members with more than just electricity. Their community outreach team works with schools, parents, and students to provide engaging and unique learning experiences. Find out more at MTE.com. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936. That's Middle Tennessee Electric. Our conversation here in the next few moments will be with Jennifer Sanchez with Steered Straight, and in particular, the Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. But there is a reason that there is a Steered Straight 2, because there's a Steered Straight as well. So,
there is.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Good.
Very good to have you in today. And
thank you.
Of course, boy, it just seems like yesterday that we were talking about the thrift store was coming, and now all of a sudden we're, 3 years or so into it, aren't we?
We are. We're 3 years. Yeah. The store has been around for over 3 years now. So, yeah, really exciting. And we really do like our location off the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. It's nice and big. We're able to really work with that well, and, bring in all sorts of goodies and furniture to clothing to decor. So it's nice. It's a nice big building for us.
I want to ask you something it's going to seem off the wall, but I'm just curious. So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, that's kind of a mouthful to say. What do people say? Do they shorten it? Do they say MLK Boulevard? What do you hear from people who shop out there? Because I was always curious.
I hear anything from, I will not call it that name. It'll always be Mercury. To me. Yeah, it'll always be Mercury. I hear that very strongly. And then a lot of times, so if amongst my coworkers and stuff like that, we go MLK. So we talk that route. But yeah, anybody who calls in, especially if it's the first time I'm talking to them, I always go through, well, we used to be called Mercury, and over a year ago, the city changed it to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. So I always I spit it out really well. But yeah, so I feel like it's
somewhere in the middle there.
It's somewhere in the middle. It's a long road.
I told you that was an off-the-wall question, but
it's okay.
When I pass by there, I think about it each time, because there are other cities that have, MLK Boulevard and stuff.
So yeah, I have to be really careful with that one. I am talking to somebody, if they're comment-aways or they don't know what I'm talking about, I have to say put in Murfreesboro. And I'll give them our zip, because, yes, there's an MLK in Nashville. There's an MLK in Memphis. So all major cities have an MLK, and it might be just a little bit different. Maybe it might be road, boulevard, street. So I've sent someone to Nashville on accident. Oh, no. So I learned that lesson very quickly early on.
I bet. So, well, people, whatever you call it, now you know the area. So if you were scratching your head and thinking, gosh, I don't know where that's at. And
well, the fun part
is they do know Mercury.
They go, oh no. The fun part is they're like, okay, what's your building? And I said, well, it used to be a sports store. And before that, I heard, and I've been told, it used to be a bread company. So then that's somebody who's been here a long time in the borough. So the whole bread company, sports store. So they're like, oh, yes, I know exactly where you're at.
So that sporting goods store that was there for decades was AG Sporting Goods.
Yes.
And so that ought to tell people who've been here for quite some time where it was. So, those who have grown up here are kind of being... that population is going down, because there's so many people moving into our area and finding out what it's like to be here. So that's all fun.
It is.
So Steered Straight Furniture and Thrift, Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift is really kind of an arm of Steered Straight that helps to raise funds for the Steered Straight ministry. So always like to give you the opportunity to catch us up to date on what's going on. I know with the school year starting, that keeps Michael on the road pretty much.
Yes, he's out there. He's gone. He's already at schools. I think I will do emails, and I like to look up where he's at and tell people in the email where he was just at. But he was just at Paris, Tennessee. So I thought that was cool. I was like, he went to Paris before me. But anyway, no. So he was actually just in Paris last week, and then he's up in Kentucky a lot. Really, just the surround. He's everywhere, but I feel like he really hits Kentucky and our surrounding states and us too quite a bit, which is good. Because then that's not so hard to travel. Like jumping on planes, he could probably take the drive.
Well, I've heard him explain, if he's got to go to New Jersey for a couple of days, he will make sure that he finds a few additional places maybe to go there. But then by the time you fly back and it's Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday could be within driving distance. So that's probably why Tennessee and Kentucky
get hit. Yes.
Get hit a lot.
Yeah, and
so
they do.
Good.
Yeah, I've been seeing him just a little bit more, not a whole lot more, because when he does get to like a Tennessee place or a Kentucky place, he'll stop in, see how we're doing, what's going on there. So that has been nice. So they are trying to make that work a little bit better, and because I'm sure traveling is just hard in that sense. But he's got a great mission, and he's got a huge heart. And he loves what he is doing, and he's very proud of the students who say no to the drugs or say no to the vaping, or they get help, they get counseling. They come around and say, I need to talk to somebody. I do need help in this. So that gets him going right there.
And really his message is, whatever you're going through, whatever's happening, there's someone who's been there. And so, and also his story with drug abuse and all of that just really kind of hits home with those kids sometimes, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And when he tells his story, it's very impactful when you're just listening to his, when he goes back all the way to 10 and 11 years old with his parents getting divorced. Because he grew up in a very loving home with both parents. And in that particular day and age, divorce was very not known. So he was really the odd kiddo out for a long time. And then he just was slumping down and was just going down some really bad rabbit holes and depression and sadness and anger and just rough family life too after the divorce. And it just took somebody who said, here, I've got a cigarette for you. Smoke this. And he smoked that, and he thought, kind of like the buzz. And then the next person was like, here, drink this. And he drank that. He's like, I kind of like the buzz. So unfortunately, the people who were getting through to him were not the right ones, but he did have teachers, and he will talk about that. He did have teachers in his world who saw the decline and the crumble that was going on through his young life. And they always reached out their hand and said, Michael, talk to us. Michael, something's wrong. Michael, let's get help in this. And he just kept saying no, no, no. And he's really emphasis on the fact that when he goes to schools, when a teacher asks you, maybe say yes. Say yes. So you're not going down the same rabbit hole that I went through.
Sure. It's always good for kids to have an example, and sometimes that example, as in Michael's early life was not a great example, but
right.
There are good folks out there, and that's a great message. And of course, the thrift store helps to support that ministry and the work that goes on with that. So I hear that you've had 200,000 phone calls about when are you having Halloween stuff out, right?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes, we started having questions back in July. Where is our Halloween stuff? And it's like, it's not Halloween yet. But I'm letting that go, and we're bringing it out. And because I'm all about it, if that holiday's in that month, then that's when we should have the decor. But obviously I work retail and it doesn't go that way.
Right.
So we are bringing it out. So we're actually cleaning the area that it's going to be in, because it's going to be in one of our rooms, because I do have rooms all throughout the store. And so one of the rooms we're actually working on today, getting it all cleaned out, getting it dusted, getting all the stuff that's in there, putting it in a different area in the store. So we want to present that still well. And then tomorrow we'll start bringing that stuff out. Now, that being said, even though I said tomorrow the stuff is coming out, it's not shoppable until Friday.
Gotcha.
Give us until Friday. So because again, our store is loved because we put things together really well. We just don't throw things on the shelf like other thrift stores do. We display it. We make it look like your room, your home, what you want to decorate it as. And so we want to plug in those pumpkins and we want to plug in those lights and get things to look really neat and creepy and fun for the season that's about to come up. So yes, it's coming. Friday will be the day to shop.
Friday. First day to get in there.
Yes.
Well, let me be probably not the first to ask. When is Christmas stuff coming out? I'm just kidding.
Ugh.
I guess that's right after Halloween, though, right?
No, that will be in the middle of October.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? I know.
Okay.
It's just stabbing. I can't do it. But yes, I work retail. I got to do it. So middle October. And again, I'll do the same thing. We'll pick a different room in the store, disassemble that, get that cleaned up, and start putting Christmas out. And that'll be mid-October.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
Keeping you busy with that,
yes,
I'm sure.
I know. Poor Thanksgiving. It just gets overlooked.
I know.
Like everyone's just like Halloween to Christmas.
Even in the store.
I know, in the store. And I love Thanksgiving.
Of course.
The food.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we were talking with Jennifer Sanchez with Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift. You have a weekly special as well, or there's a percentage off or something goes on really big each week. And you said this week was kitchen and appliances, small appliances?
Yes. Kitchen and small appliances are 15% off. So it's our second week of the month. I'm creature of habit. So our first week is clothing and shoes. The next week is kitchen and small appliances. Next week will be decor. And then our fourth week of the month will be linens, arts and crafts, and electronics. So yes, this week it is kitchen and small appliances are 15% off. Yes, sir.
And with fall upon us, I'm sure you have a lot of fall/winter clothes out. Anything left over from summer?
We do, yes. So yes, we actually made the changeover on our clothing last week. So we are set and ready to go. We do have all those sweaters to wear when it's still 83 degrees out. But yeah, the sweaters are out, and that does mean I do have some summer clothes. So I've got, and it's mostly women, so women's tops and some shorts, and all of kids is $1. So I've got some summer left, and those are all $1 right now.
Boy, our time is slipping away. So let me make sure that we mentioned you wanted to kind of focus in on furniture pickup too, right?
Yes, please. I do furniture pickup on Wednesdays. So please give me a call at 615-896-5730. Ask for Jennifer. And if I'm not there, leave a message that you've got furniture. I love to pick up gently used, so no major dents, scratches, rips on it. But yes, if you've got furniture, you're getting a new sofa in or a kitchen table in, and yours is still decent and ready to go, please give me a call. We pick up on Wednesdays, and usually we're about 2 weeks out.
Okay, very good. And I guess just call. And by the way, you can go to steeredstraightthriftstore.org and find all the phone numbers and contacts and the address and all of that good stuff there on the website as well. And you keep a pretty good Facebook page going too, right?
Thank you. I do. I try.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Lots of stuff on there.
Come on Facebook. Yeah. I'm on it daily. I'm on it daily.
Always posting photos, and I'm sure you'll have the Halloween room when it's done on Friday.
I will.
Up there.
I'm going to take a picture of a pumpkin and be like, it's coming. So yes, that and emails. So yeah, just join in on some type of social media, whichever's best for you. And I do keep up on that.
I did see a little quick message pop up here that asked if you all do delivery of like large items. Not really, or maybe in a special case.
Let's call me. Let's talk. I try not to, because that is a little bit harder for me to do that, because you definitely would have to probably get that delivery on the Wednesday that I'm going out.
Gotcha.
The reason why I do Wednesdays is because that's my most muscle.
Yeah.
I don't. My other days I don't have that enough people to help me do pickups. So you'd have to call me. We'd have to talk that out.
You'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Jennifer, thanks for stopping in this
Thank you.
morning. Jennifer Sanchez with Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift out on 1007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Hey, if you missed part of our conversation, you'll want to go back and listen on the podcast at WGNSradio.com or wherever you listen to audio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, and more. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time.
Hello, this is Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home.